Have you ever been unsure about whether to use the Incognito browser for personal stuff at work? The what browser? Incognito. Is it even necessary, and does it help? And then there's cookies and things like that. Navigating the internet safely can be a tricky feat, but joining us with all his top tips for internet safety is Gorilla Tech CEO Paul Spain. No pressure, we've built you up as a man with all the answers. G'day.
How are you, Duncan?
Yeah, good. Cookies. Got cookies and this thing I just spoke about. What is it?
Incognito mode. So incognito mode, and it's called different names in different browsers in private. It's really about not storing your history on the computer. So maybe you've been searching for a gift for the other half, and you don't want that person to be able to him or her to be able to jump on the computer.
So positive on your
very diplomatic.
So they're when you walk away from that computer and you close that browser, whatever you searched for, whatever you were up to, it's all gone.
Gift shopping for the wife. Yes, of course it was. Yeah.
Yes.
And what about cookies?
Cookies are used so that a website can track you to a degree. Now, that might seem like something that we're not too keen on.
We don't want that.
But there's a level to which that becomes useful. So if you're working or if you're going to buy something online, then a shopping cart is part of that process. For a shopping cart to work on a website, you usually need cookies. If you're logged into a website, it will store information to remember who you are and so on. So there are some good uses for it. It's also part of why, as you move around the web, sometimes you'll notice the same advertisements following you everywhere you go.
Yes.
Because they leave these cookies behind.
I wish I'd never
Google,
Facebook. I wish I'd never searched for that wetsuit. All I get is,
So how does that happen? Because it does freak you out sometimes if you happen to be looking for me, it's shoes or something, and then you open your next Facebook thing and up comes the ad. So how does that...
So probably the two biggest companies that facilitate that are Facebook and Google. And what happens is that when you go to other sites, they're trying to make money out of their website. So they've got some advertising that's tied back to Google or to Facebook. And that cookie information reveals that that's something that you're interested in, and they keep trying to sell it to you.
You can turn cookies off, can't you? But will that cause you issues if you do that?
Yeah, a lot of sites just won't work properly at all without cookies. So I think in most cases it's just the reality of being on the web, is you have to deal with that. But incognito mode can allow you to do something independent, close it down. So if you were doing that exact search, somebody else jumps on the computer and doesn't see those ads
because
following you around.
This is New Zealand. Can we call it biscuits instead of cookies?
Why not? Why not, Mark? Yeah.
Just a question. When I often buy, even if it's food or clothing or anything, and they say, do you want us to remember your password or your credit card or stuff? What's your advice, yay or nay?
I'd generally be pretty cautious about that. If it's your own computer and it's very secure, then it's not as bad. But generally, the way a browser remembers your password is not in a particularly secure manner. So, I wouldn't encourage it. I wouldn't encourage that.
Lovely to see you this morning. We thank you for your advice. Good tips.